To our top story tonight, taking a look at safety in schools.
Parents have been frustrated and are demanding answers after the shooting at East High School.
Our CBS Colorado investigators have been looking into it ever since it happened. I have new information for you tonight about the threats in schools.
Our investigators obtaining new numbers showing us just how many students in that district have been deemed a threat to their school.
Yeah, investigator Katie Weiss with us now. And Katie, how did you find these numbers that you're going to share with us?
Well, Karen, Michael, since a shooting at East High School involving a student who was on a safety plan, we've been asking the district for how many students in Denver schools are on these kind of plans. Now, the district said that they don't track the number of kids on safety plans, but we found the district does track how many students have had threat assessments, which is the process that often leads to a student being put on a safety plan, which could involve something as drastic as a pat down every day before school. Today, we're learning over 1,000 students in the district have been assessed for threats during their time on campus.
That makes me feel uncomfortable.
Brian Clark is an East High School parent. He's been shaken ever since a student who was deemed a threat shot two deans at the school a few weeks ago while the deans were searching him.
I think there's a lot of steps that DPS can take to increase transparency.
This parent was also surprised to see just how many kids are considered a threat in DPS. We found just in this school year so far, staff have conducted threat assessments on over 360 students in the district. 68 of those students were deemed a high threat level. And of the students currently enrolled in DPS, over 1,000 of them have had threat assessments at some point in their years on campus. And 151 of those students were labeled a high threat level. All others were labeled a low or medium threat.
I don't think it's acceptable if a student has known access to a gun or is considered a threat in a violent manner that, would be of that level. I think that there should be some alternative means to, get them their education, or at least until there's some form of rehabilitation that we can reduce that threat.
The district says there aren't alternative schools for particularly dangerous students.
By law, we're required to provide access to education. I'm not aware of any schools that are coined as alternative schools in Denver Public Schools. Through the choice process, we have our district managed schools, we have charter schools, we have innovation schools, we have pathway schools.
Dr. Jane Linneman is the student safety coordinator with DPS. She says threat numbers are low.
I think for a district that has approximately 90,000 students, I think that's a good percentage. And it also reflects the really good work that we do as a district.
She says threat assessments can result in a variety of interventions like mental health supports, check-ins, daily searches, or journaling requirements.
One of the things that I really appreciate about our process is not only does it identify and assess that potential concern, it moves forth with supportive measures that hopefully are going to help a child return back to learning in a very safe and supportive way.
Now, the district tells me it also engages parents in this threat assessment and intervention process. Michael, Karen?
Katie, what about the issue of school administrators conducting pat-downs on students?
Yeah, absolutely. That's something that makes many parents and teachers that I've spoken to pretty heated. I asked the district today if they feel that that's appropriate, especially given that school security guards that aren't cops are allowed to do these pat-downs. We asked for their comment about that, and we'll be showing you their response about those searches tomorrow here on CBS News Colorado at 6 o'clock.
All right, more to come. Katie, thank you so much.